Dad's car's over here on jack stands. We're just doing some touch-ups. And to be honest with you, Dad's car has been sitting in rain and sitting in weather for a long time. I mean, we broke his car back in June, me and cousin Paul beating the shit out of it at the track, and we never actually fixed it. So now that we're going to use it as the car for Foxtoberfest, we're going to try to spruce it up a little bit, make it a little bit better than what it is, and I have a little bit of fun with it because make it relatable. So we're going to do like a little bit of a slow car shootout 7.0 index at the track on Friday, and then Saturday we're going to sit in the booth and talk some car guy shit with some car guy friends. So a couple things we needed to finish. Working pretty hard on the calipers and getting some of the car set up mechanically. We're going to be putting the drilled and slotted from the black car because we're going to be doing the caddy brakes. This will actually force me to do the caddy brakes finally. Been wanting to do the Brembo caddy brakes for, I don't know, a couple years now. So if I steal my actual rotors in the black car, it'll give me purpose to put them on since the whole engine is kind of sticking out of the bottom of the car right now. But cousin Paul did a real nice job. This is 1K, 2K. This is 1K, isn't it? So sanding and painting, this is the old 86 GT lights, and Dad's GT lights needed a little bit. They were super faded and they weren't ready. And he's going to mess with the headlights in the morning and spruce them up. And we're going to continue paint chipping. And the car's not perfect. It's a 10-footer, 20-footer at most. It's got paint cracking all through it we used the old cheap paint from a long time ago. But it's relatable. It's budget-minded. It's a GT40 junkyard build, T5. Boy, I hope that lasts this weekend. Maybe we can get a couple passes. We're going to have to take some of the nitrous. And this car's been nitrous, supercharged, and turbocharged, and naturally aspirated all in the past 5 years. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow and give you guys a little bit more updates on what we're doing with Dad's car. Again, we're not looking to blow the doors off anything this weekend. We're just going to have some fun and hang out. I ain't got my cousin Paul this weekend to hang out with us, but that's okay. Maybe next year. We'll have more. We'll have a second enclosed trailer. Maybe even cousin Fred will bring his white LX out. All right, we're on day 2, and we look like a paint booth. Cousin Paul kind of went crazy up here, but I mean, there was a lot of chips and stuff. And Brutal talks about the 2K clear, which we got here recently. We always kind of run with 1K and 2K clear when we're kind of doing stuff. We're going to do the top with this because this is only kind of like a one-time shot. But he did a really, really nice job for what it was. I mean, there was so much here that wasn't right, and we're trying to make it look decent. It ain't got to look perfect. And we went over it with all the chips with a little pen. I mean, it's Dad's car. It needs to be repainted, but he did a good job with the tail lights like I showed you yesterday, but these headlights were all resanded and cleared. So they've been working really hard to get the car clean and ready to go. We're going to switch over to the drilled and slotteds. I think those rotors were really, really, really hard to stop the car. But we're going to keep working at it, and then it's going to be my turn to come in here and put the clutch cable in and put the new shifter base in, which only take about an hour. And I'm gonna need to move some of those gauges. So you can go ahead and start disconnecting those if you start messing with the wipers. Car runs really good. We don't necessarily need to do anything with it performance-wise. We just needed to kind of touch up the paint where it needed touched up at. And it's not even gonna be perfect, but at least it's not gonna rust anymore than when it was. It was getting pretty bad, and it's not going to be perfect. But it's going to.
I had to bust off some paint off of this part.
There's a big knuckle here,
and there was a bunch of rust underneath the paint.
Yeah,
I had to sand it down and redo it.
Like when we go back to repaint this car, at least there'll be something that we can base off of. It needs to be stripped anyways, but we're not going to do anything perfect. This isn't show car stuff. You want to spend 10 grand on a paint job, go ahead. But I'm just trying to make the car look decent so my dad likes it. And it's been a while since we've, done any sort of updates with this car outside of just beating it up at the track. So the goal is to get Dad's car running, get it decent looking. That way when we store it in the winter, he'll be able to, drive it for... Want to give you guys a quick update. What's going on here in the shop. The blue car went up on the lift. We drove it around the block. Everything worked out really well. Car drove really good. Struts really suck really bad. Take the UPR K-member out of the black car here and run with a Team Z. Since we're going to be pulling the motor to get it freshened up in December and back in the car, it'll give us time to do the caddy brake upgrade that we had talked about, that budget one, with the caddy ATS brakes and the spindles. So it's going to be... We're going to be changing the front end of the black car. That'll be the content that we do. Problem is I don't want to get too crazy with these projects with the blue car and the black car, because this is where we messed up in 24, and we didn't save ourselves enough time to get the coupe transitioned over. But This is just a push real quick for Foxtoberfest, real quick peek. That used to be my old 3-inch. Those are Borla XS mufflers. Those are straight throughs. So we've already mounted the tailpipes to them. We do more of a finalizing welding when we get home, but we got most of the areas of concern nice and level for the most part. Nice and sturdy, not going anywhere. And we're gonna tie it into the turbo exhaust that's in my dad's car. I think it's gonna sound pretty awesome. And it's not that big of a turbo, so it's gonna flow super well through that pipe. But we just gotta make the one little extension and put a couple stud mounts in. But that's what we got going on here in the shop. Car's cleaned up pretty good. We had a roof damage, pretty bad roof damage that we touched up on the car. So just looking to make the show and have some fun. You know what I mean? It is what it is. My cars aren't perfect. They never will be perfect. We enjoy them. We work on them. We spend money on them, much like you guys do too. So when I get the exhaust done, I'll let you hear what it sounds like. It sounds pretty cool. Dad's car by far, neither is my black car or my white car. All these cars are not show cars, they're go cars. And we are always changing stuff up and keep it fresh out here on the channel. Okay, we got the exhaust pretty much mocked up. And you know what? I ain't worried about it being used and old and all that other shit. It's two Borlas with a 3-inch merge collector. You know, made me a little pipe here. I've been meaning to do this for my dad for a long time now. So, you know, it's pretty tight up in here, but it does clear when it comes down. We'll re-weld these when we get home and make some V-bands, but it's a nice little setup, man. You know, for being used and old, I mean, it'll do what it needs to do here in Dad's car. Borla Y-Pipe Pro XS muffler sound. Let's go hear what it sounds like. Sounds pretty good. A little bit of leak right there. We're okay there. Sounds good. For being a turbo system, pretty quiet, but sounds pretty good. My dad will enjoy this for a long time, so won't get any fumes in the car, and my mom and him can drive it and enjoy it. So that's a big win for me, I think. Getting this car finally fixed. Need some struts. I think we're going to do a tubular front end and a tubular front K member because it's all bent up in the front. I want to kind of where it was in an accident and we fixed it. But looks good, runs good, sounds good. We'll be able to get it down to the show and have some fun with it. And so won't my dad. So it's definitely not super choppy like some of the other cars we got going on, but that's okay. Sounds pretty good. Good old stock bottom end build. Got a little bit of an exhaust leak over here. It's driving me crazy. And we got to put some power steering fluid in. But Borla Pro XS straight through. Sounds pretty good. We cleaned it up pretty good. It ain't perfect. It'll never be perfect. And Dad's car, it's budget. This is one of my favorite builds on the channel. So. If you guys enjoy this sort of content, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you're just now joining the channel, consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up on the way out, folks. Give me a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Did some work tonight on Dad's car. Much needed upgrades with brakes and exhaust and everything. So I love y'all. I'll see you in the next video. I'll also see you down at Foxtoberfest.